Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our current Disney Ambassador team, Megan Navarrete and Sachko White.
Good morning, everyone! It is so great to see everyone out here today, and it's especially nice to see so many of our finalists' friends and family here to support them. Thank you so much for coming out. Now, as many of you know, Walt Disney started the Ambassador Program right here at Disneyland in 1965. It was meant to be a temporary position during Disneyland's 10th anniversary, but the position soon became a permanent role. And here we are, celebrating the 50th anniversary of this remarkable program. Sachi and I are privileged to be the latest in a long line of outstanding individuals who have served in this position. We can truly say it's been an honor to be a part of this ongoing Disney legacy. And we'd like to introduce you to some of the remarkable men and women who've served over the years as the ambassador to the happiest place on earth. From 2011-2012, Julie Reihm. Also from 2011-2012, Renee Tirico. From 2009-2010, Danielle Dubois-Berry. Also from 2009-2010, Quinn Shurian. From 2008, David Gill. Also from 2008, Liz Hetzel. From 2007, Adonis Reeves. From 2005-2006, Andre Rivas-Gill. Also from 2005-2006, Becky Phelps. From 2004, Becky Murphy. From 2002, Matt Ebling. From 2000-2001, Eddie Garcia. Also from 2000-2001, Doina Roman Osborne. From 1999-2000, Darrell Mitter. Also from 1999-2000, Jennifer Sinus. From 1998, Dorothy Stratton Wilson. From 1997, Kathy Milam Inglesby. Also from 1997, Robin Schatz Sarvis. From 1996, Chris Allen. Also from 1996, Gina Armendariz. Additionally, from 1996, Heather Thompson Putnam. And finally, from 1996, Janet Tanasigarn. From 1995, Julia Onder-Bannon. Additionally, from 1995, Michelle Tryon-Schneider. From 1994, Bonnie Delahoy Utley. From 1993, Kathleen Mitz-Michelitzi. From 1992, Suzanne Palmater Campbell. From 1991, Jill Ornelas Dowd. From 1990, Jennifer Faust. From 1989, Wendy Freeland Showman. From 1987, Kendra Howell. From 1986, Barbara Warren. From 1985, Melissa Tyler Wackerman. From 1984, Ellen Coleman Marchese. From 1983, Mindy Wilson Fisher. From 1982, Joanne Crawford Denier. From 1981, Willie Vanderswag Burkle. From 1979, Leona Dabrowski Graham. From 1978, Rayellen Liskold Weiler. From 1977, Susan Donald Edwards. From 1976, Christina Shundell Walker. From 1975, Kathy Smith Hall. Teaser Masters. From 1972, Emily Zinzer Benedict. From 1971, Marva Dixon Thomas. From 1969, Sherry Bestos Cook. From 1966, Connie Swanson Lane. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from 1965, please welcome the very first ambassador to the Walt Disney Company, Julie Reihm Casaletto. That you could join us today, and we know that you have so many amazing memories from your service as ambassador. We were wondering if you would share one of your favorites with us today.
Hi everyone, it's nice to see all of you here. Little Bird told me that one thing perhaps I should say is, how do you do? Each time we step into Disneyland, we willingly suspend our imagination. What we experience, what we see, and what we hear turn an ordinary day into a spectacular event of laughter, of joy, and of great dreams. When we have these dreams and these memories, we're doing exactly what Walt Disney wanted us to. How do I know? He told me. As you know, my name is Julie. I was the first ambassador, and I had the very grand privilege of representing Disneyland and the Disney organization. I logged many miles doing that, going into the Far East and then into Western Europe, down to the down under of Australia and New Zealand, and then up to Canada and down to Mexico and all over the United States of America. My mission was twofold. First of all, I was to share the magic of Disneyland, and I would do that through public appearances, through radio spots, television shows, and thousands of interviews. My second part of my mission was that Walt requested that I would take gifts, personal gifts from him, to some of his friends and family who lived in faraway places. My experiences were many and quite varied, from being entertained by the Crown Prince of Japan and learning about his vast collection of Disney memorabilia, to sharing an afternoon and some new toys from Walt with two of his godchildren in Mexico. But the most memorable moments of all were spent with Walt. Walt Disney called Disneyland his baby. And like any dad, he was committed to the growth and the development of his baby. He paid close attention to every detail, from the cleanliness of the park, from the maintenance of the park, to the scientific technologies, and of course, to the welcoming and enthusiastic cast members. He liked sharing ideas for new animation and designs for new rides and attractions here in Disneyland. When he was developing the Jungle Book, he asked me to come up to the studio, and we looked over the storybook line. He said to me, he said, you know, no bear should be black or brown. I said, really? I think blue is a good color. What do you think? He went to his desk and he pulled out this palette of blues, and we selected two of them. And you all know how this ends. because you know the main bear in that story, and his name is Baloo. Walt's dream was to foster hope and joy. We see that happen every day here in the Magic Kingdom. I can see him standing on Main Street, perhaps over by the Pirates of the Caribbean. He's smiling, and as he smiles, there is a boy-like twinkle in his blue eyes. He is so enthusiastic about Disneyland. He knows it always turns an ordinary day into a spectacular memory. I hope you continue to have that as you visit Disneyland, exactly the name he chose for this happiest place on earth. Thank you.
Let's have one more big round of applause for our very first Disney ambassador, Julie Reihm. Now, over the last 50 years, 5 exemplary individuals have served as administrators for the Ambassador Program. We hold dear memories of 3 of the 5, Frank Forsyth, Gwen Welsh, and of course, Cicely Rigdon. But joining us today, our former administrator, Jennifer Gray, and our program's current leader, Diane Killeen. We'd like to also take a moment to recognize the amazing individual whose brainchild it was to bring the Ambassador Program into existence. He actually went to Walt Disney with the idea and sort of presented it to Walt himself. So please give a warm round of applause for Mr. Jack Lindquist. And now, it is our great pleasure to introduce the president of the Disneyland Resort, Michael Colglazier.
You know, the Disneyland Resort has so many outstanding traditions. But the naming of our ambassadors is one that is most anticipated and one of our most important. It's rooted in tradition. Thanks, Julie, for all those words. And it brings us back. It grounds us in the tradition and how important that is to the ongoing success of this program. It's critically important. The ambassadors that we appoint represent the entire company, to the now 26,000 cast members that we have here, to the media that we know that you often interact with, and also, I think most importantly, to the community in which we work and the communities which we serve. And I think the naming of the ambassadors are so anticipated, especially by those of us in the company, because we know at this point, when you meet these finalists, you're finding a chance to see some of the best and the brightest that we have across this fabulous company. And before I go further, I think on that note, I'd just like to take a moment and recognize Megan and Sachi, our current ambassadors. Now, for those of you who can't see the front couple rows here, the size of the shoes that Megan and Sachi have to step into as they follow these 50 former ambassadors They're enormous shoes, as you both well know. But you have stepped into them, and not only have they fit, but you have worn them with such grace and carried off with such aplomb that we are all we could not have been more pleased. I could not have been more personally pleased to be able to share this time with both of you as we go. And I think a great testament to you both and your legacy is not only are you universally loved, and you are, and I think you both know that, but you are going to be universally missed. And I think that's the legacy that all the ambassadors have carried, and it's the one that you wanted to live on. Now, you do have a little bit more time left, but while your ambassador duties may be drawing to a close, we all have high expectations of you, because your contributions to the company and what you're going to do as individuals are just beginning, and I have very high expectations, and I know they're going to be exceeded as we go. All right. So now, don't you think it's time to meet our finalists? I would agree. It's my one card because I want to make sure I get where they're from, because they have supporters out in the crowd. So let's start right here. From Main Street Foods, would you please welcome Ali Kawamoto. Hi, Ali. How are you? Ali, would you like to share a special memory that you may have of Disneyland?
Absolutely, thank you. My favorite memory actually gets to happen every year. It's participating in our annual tradition called Flashback, and that is a charity musical event that cast members from all around the resort get to participate in. And cast members without any entertainment or dancing background, I'm not a dancer, but everybody is welcome to participate. And not only is it a lot of fun, and you get to meet cast members from everywhere, but it raises money for some really great causes. Each year we pick a different cause. And I just love the amount of talent that we have here at the Disneyland Resort and our cast members. And I also love the amount that we give back to our community. And that's something that I will always cherish. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. All right. Do we have anybody from entertainment out there? Entertainment, could we please have Jessica Bernard come up? Jessica, do you have a memory that you would be willing to share with us?
I do. My favorite Disney memory combines an experience that I had as both a guest and a cast member. So I came to Disneyland in high school with my choir to compete in a music festival, and we got to spend the day in the park, and then that night was the awards ceremony. It was a very defining moment for me, because as I sat there, when the cast came out, the characters, the singers and dancers and hosts, it was that night that I remember deciding that this is my dream, that I want to be a cast member, that I want to work for Disney. So flash forward to this last spring, I got to take part in that very same festival, and as I was standing on stage singing Let It Go with the Fab Five in their winter costumes and snow falling down on us, it was such a magical moment, because I realized that not only had my dream come true, but now I get to inspire the future generation of cast members.
Thank you, Jessica. Anybody from marketing out there? Digital marketing, Katie Kaminsky, will you come and join us? Hi, Katie. Katie, what about you? You have a memory you'd share?
I have a few, but one that sticks out to me just happened a little over a year ago. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to take my sister Maggie, who is here in the crowd today, to Disneyland for the very first time. And I had just joined as a cast member. And I remember I felt pressure because I knew that I was going to stay at Disneyland for a long time. And so, of course, I wanted to make sure that the most important person in my life found the joy and the magic that I had found when I visited for my first time a few months before. And no memory or one moment stands out to me, but I just remember following her all day and watching her light up and get excited when a cast member presented her with an honorary citizen button. And it culminated as she and I and my Aunt Diane, who was also in the crowd, were watching World of Color. We were all sobbing, naturally, as I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. And I just remember thinking, you know, this is it. This is why I want to be here. And I think one of the greatest benefits we have as cast members is being able to share that joy and happiness and magic with those that are most close to us.
Thank you, Katie. How about some operations training team out there? Myrna Hughes, would you come join us, please? Hi, Myrna. How about you? Would you share a memory with us?
Love to. So growing up, I spent a lot of time watching Disney movies with my mom, and one of our favorites has always been Dumbo. So the summer that we debuted Magical, the Fireworks Spectacular, I knew it was something I wanted her to come see and experience for herself. So after a great day in the park, we stood in town square waiting for the show to start, and it begins, and soon enough, Baby Mine starts to play. And I can hear my mom next to me say, "Oh, Dumbo." And then I get excited because I know what's about to happen, but she has no idea. Now, moments later, Dumbo takes flight and he makes his way across the castle, and I glance over at my mom, who's got tears in her eyes, which instantly makes me tear up as well. And I link my arm with hers, and we stood like that for the rest of the show. And at the end of the show, I turn to her and we embrace, and we just hold each other for a few moments. And I know that without even having to say a word to one another, that show allowed us to relive some of our favorite memories together.
We're going to come talk about these 4 finalists in just a second, but while I think all of us have some unbelievable Disney memories, they get even more rich as ambassadors, don't they? So if you wouldn't mind, Megan, would you be willing to share kind of one of the memories from your tenure as ambassador with us?
Sure. Thank you, Michael. I am certain Sachi will agree with me that there are many great experiences that can be described as favorites. But just a couple stick out in my mind today, and I'll stick to a couple since I know we want to name the new team for 2015-16. I would have to start with global training, when all the ambassadors from every resort around the world come together to train as a team. It was nerve-wracking to be around these amazing cast members from all around the world. But by the end of the experience, we were family, forever bonded by the experiences that we shared. Now, while training was a very exciting opportunity afforded to me in this role, I have to say that participating in events where we learned more about the Disneyland Resort's efforts in the community was truly inspiring and instilled an even deeper sense of pride in me in serving this resort. And I know Sachi will agree, and I know every single former ambassador will agree with me when I say joining Mickey Mouse to visit children at local hospitals was incredibly priceless. To see the joy that Disney brings to everyone of all ages, and to see what it really means to people. Like I said, a completely priceless experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Sachi, what about you?
Well, as Megan alluded, there are far too many memories to choose from, and I could tell you stories, Megan could tell you stories that would make you absolutely weep, because we have amazing cast members that work here who truly make miracles every day. And I feel like we're going to have enough tears in a few minutes. So I want to leave you with a memory that I hope will put a smile on your face. A few weeks ago, Megan and I were at the college program end of term celebration. And we go to these about every 6 months to celebrate our cast members from the college program who have completed the program. And I remarked to the administrators of that program, wouldn't it be great if a certain executive who shall remain nameless, whose name rhymes with Ron Schmorbeck. Just kidding, it's John Storbeck, and he gave me permission to tell this story. He's back there under the green umbrella. Wouldn't it be nice if John Storbeck could get out on the dance floor and dance. We've never seen him do this at all of these celebrations.
I've never seen that myself.
And the administrator said, oh no, it'll never happen. He doesn't like it. That's not his personality. He's very intimidating. He's 6'4". You're not going to get him to do anything he doesn't want to do. So I thought, fair enough, fair enough. And imagine my surprise when, after we sort of got the dancing going, who should shimmy up onto the dance floor but John Storbeck. And he was doing some of this. And he was doing some of this. And my jaw dropped. My eyes were almost popping out of my head. I lost my capacity for speech. All I could do was stand there looking at everybody going, oh! Oh! And I looked around to see if there were any of those administrators present so that we could share this moment, because they had just said, those naysayers, that it would never happen. And they were nowhere to be found. So I was very panicked that there would be this sort of Bigfoot sighting moment or this Loch Ness Monster story where no one would believe that it had ever happened. So I finally remembered I had a microphone in my hand and I said, ladies and gentlemen, John Storbeck is tearing up the dance floor. Why is someone not filming this? And so the thing I love about that moment is that it reminds me that no matter how respected our leaders are, no matter how passionate they are, no matter how much excellence they demand of us cast members, they know how to have fun. And when they have fun, we have fun too. So thanks for that reminder, John.
So we're getting closer. We're not quite there yet. I just wanted to share a little bit about the process that our 4 finalists have gone through. It is a long process. It is purposely a very robust process. And at times it can be a challenging process. And it's just come to a close. I had an opportunity this week to meet with each of our 4 finalists. And I have 2 things to say. So the first is actually addressed to the family and the friends and the co-workers of these 4 women. And I have 2 words for you. Well done. Well done. Each of our finalists would speak about their support network, the people that have encouraged them, the people that have helped in their development, the people that have kind of been for them as they're working not only through this process, but just in their lives. And you can tell you've had such a huge impact upon them and helped shape them into who they are. And then the second thing I'd say is I look back over to our 4 finalists. I meant it when I said that this process brings out the best and the brightest of our company. And 2 of you are going to spend the next period of time with us through 2015 and 16 as our ambassadors. But all 4 of you have enormously successful and exciting and very important careers ahead of you with the Walt Disney Company. And I was so pleased to have a chance to meet you, and we're going to be looking out for each one of you. Well done. All right. I think the moment is at hand. If we could have the envelopes, please. Megan, would you do me the honor of opening up the first envelope? Jessica. Sachi, you saw the pace Megan set for you. Could you please do me the honor and open the second envelope? The ambassador will be joining us for the 2015-2016, our Diamond Celebration year is Ali Kalamino. Fun to take it in. Ali and Jessica, we are expecting big things from each of you. And we know you are going to deliver in wonderful Disneyland ambassador style. It's fun to watch all the hands shaking up here. It's like all right. They're very complex pens.
These past 2 years have been a dream come true for both Megan and me.
Very, very true. As Disney ambassadors, we get to witness firsthand the magic of dreams coming true for those whom we serve.
In honor of the 50th anniversary of the Disneyland Ambassador Program, let us take a moment to celebrate the timeless magic of Disney dreams.
A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dreams you will lose your heartaches. Whatever you wish for,
Main Street USA as the new team embarks upon their first official cavalcade.